Okay, we are going to review the Sinoart Lion. This 62-inch recurve takedown bow. And this is actually a pretty nice bow. I particularly like the riser right here. And we'll be talking about the features and pros of this bow, and later on we'll move on to the cons and things that I don't like so much about this bow. And as you can see, it has this curved shelf, so you can just shoot off the shelf. Instead, use this flipper rest, which I actually pretty like. I really like this setup. It shoots really nice, and I'll put in the clip later a video of another person that reviewed this bow just shooting it, and it's a really nice shooter. Um, there's really no complaints about how this bow shoots at all. So it has markings here, or entrances so you can mount a quiver just like I did, and it feels really nice. I really like this riser. It's pretty much a copy of the Game Master 2 by Hoyt, and it looks great. It performs great. It just has a few markings here from the cast, but it's barely noticeable and doesn't affect in any way how this bow shoots. So riser is good. All these features to putting your rest and putting your sight or quiver, that is really good. The problem with this bow comes with the limbs. So let me show you right here. These limbs are very, very low quality, and this one just cracked on me. I'm not sure if you are able to see right there. But the laminate just started cracking, and I'm not sure if I can capture it on video, but it seems like this bow had a few marks or blemishes. These limbs had a few blemishes even before I started using it, and they got covered by some form of black liquid or something. And eventually this cracked. This is after 2 months of use, and I bought it off Amazon, which I assume that most of you are going to be buying it from, since it's the only place that I've seen it available. But right now there are no limbs available at all for this bow. So really that's going to be your only problem. From what I've seen in the reviews, seems like the limbs made by Sinoart are all pretty, it's very hit or miss, and yeah, just low quality. And it seems like it affects limbs are of heavier poundage. So these are 50-pound limbs, cracked after 2 months of using it like 3 times a week. So really didn't put many arrows on it, and it already cracked. So that's where we turn on to the problems for this bow. Now, you can do two things. One, which is just order more limbs. Right now they're not available, but if they were available, if you look at the reviews online, seems like you're just going to be buying limb after limb after limb. So I decided to go with these ones, which are Fleetwood. And if you can see, this is the original limb. It comes with this leather pad, and I'll show you right here this leather pad. Just switch hands. This leather pad just goes against this sort of gasket. I'll show you right here how this gasket looks like. So this is the gasket that goes into the riser, and it has this spacer here. So it goes like this, and then your limb attaches like this. And that is with the original limbs. Now the problem is that these limbs measure 40 millimeters wide, and from the bottom to the center of the bolt hole, it's 2.5 centimeters or 25 millimeters. And finding limbs that are of those measurements is really hard. Pretty much every limb out there that you're going to find online is going to be like this Fleetwood limb, which is 40 millimeters wide and 1.5 centimeters from the bottom to the center of the bolt. So if you put this on this bow, you'll actually get a gap. So really the only problem with this bow is replacing the limbs, because every limb out there is just not going to fit. And even if it fits, you still need to put something here, padding, either adhesive leather or adhesive microfiber, something just to go between the limb and the gasket. So that's really my only problem with it. Otherwise, it shoots fine. I just wish Sinoart just delivered better limbs. That's all. So I will be installing these limbs with gap and all, and I'll give you guys an update on what happens when you put limbs that don't fit the riser quite well. Hope it doesn't explode at me. I hope it doesn't explode on my face. But if you have any suggestions on if it's actually bad for the bow or if I'm going to see any adverse effects on my shooting, just comment down below. And that's it. This is the Sinoart Lion 62-inch Recurve bow. Bye.